All right, good morning. So if you'll excuse me for just a minute, I need to change one little thing and then we'll get started. All right, so that's much better. Happy Saturday morning to everybody. It's nice and early here. Gonna do this before I go to work. Get me in a good mood. Get me ready to go and do the things I need to do today. Thank you guys for joining me. Gonna be drinking some coffee, is just plain old Folgers for those that are interested in that type of thing. So, all right, you probably just want to watch some trains run, so that's what I want to do as well. So that's what we're gonna do. So I think we will start off with the G scale. And you may notice that it's simply a locomotive and a caboose today. The Bachmann horse car that we have, I pulled it off the track. We have quite a bit of problems with it. Honestly, since it was new, I've had problems with it. And if you have the same Bachmann G-scale car where the horses bob their heads in and out and it's on a shelf, pardon me, or in the garbage because it didn't work very well and didn't seem to want to stay on the track, well, go pull it out because I'm fixing to make a video for you guys and show you how to fix it. Once you fix it, it will work really well and you'll be very, very pleased. So anyway, all right, so what else can we do over here? All right, so we have this MTH over here. This guy pretty much drama-free. So I tried to do a live stream last night, but my capture card kept freezing up. I switched some stuff around, input-wise, and I think it solved the problem. So if the video freezes, well, that's what happened. So all right, we got the two running. So far, it's a good morning. So all right, counter opposite to the MTH that I just said is like super drama free. We have the Marks, the Jubilee that we repaired not too long ago, and he's a little he has a character, let's just put it that way. He kind of does what he wants to do and we let him do what he wants to do. So all right, let's see what he wants to do today. So it always will go backwards. Sometimes he just doesn't want to go forwards. You know, if you're my age, you can probably relate to, you know, when you get a little older, you get a little cranky. And it is definitely a little cranky. So let's see. Oh, well, he's going. But if I'm not mistaken, I think he and the MTH may have just collided momentarily. So let's see. He just hopped a little bit when he started. Like I said, he's got quite a bit of a little character there. So alright, let's see what else we can do. I think I might take a sip of this coffee, see if I can get rid of this frog in my throat. Alright, hopefully that's better. So let's see, what else can we do here? Could run the Amtrak, and usually it's in the middle of the screen, and I noticed now, right now, it's kind of at the bottom. I think this camera must not be secured because last night when we did it, it was more towards the center. Now it's almost off the thing. Let's see if I can adjust it. Oh, well, yeah, actually, I guess I kind of can. So I don't know if that changed anything on you guys' end or not. Let's see. So now I got a red box. I don't know what that means, but I think I didn't change anything. Let's see. Alright, well, we won't worry about that. I think you can still see most everything. Good enough. That's right. So like I was saying, let's do this Amtrak. Uh-oh. So I just noticed that the chat window's not open. So let's try to do that. That didn't want to work last night for us either. But I figured that out as well. Alright, so it looks like we have a chat. Yay. So let's see if I can actually put something in the chat. Good morning. Well, if I could type it would help. It is a bit early for me yet. And I have only had 2 sips of coffee, so anything's possible. So that's interesting. Oh, here we go. Live chat, duh. So I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if that's working or not. But in any case, we'll figure that out a little bit later, maybe. Alright, so what else can we do here train-wise? So I think we could probably run this American Flyer diesel. Oh, that's the steam engine I just turned on. Well, that's okay. He can go too. We will accept all volunteers. Alright guys, well the good news is so far my video hasn't frozen. Last night I was doing live stream, but I don't even know how long it was frozen before I looked up and I'm like, oh, we're not doing anything. I think everybody could still hear me. I don't know. I deleted it because, yeah. Alright. You guys lived through enough of the live stream test that, yeah. Anything I put out ought to be at least decent anyway. Yeah, this is at least decent. Alright, so let's see what else we can do here. So the other night we ran this Lionel Bicentennial locomotive, and have the inexplicably I put the Williams car in there. So I don't know, maybe it's some dignitary. See, I can't even talk. Some sort of dignitary in there or something, because you know I can't imagine any scenario that would happen otherwise. But anyway, we had a problem with this Williams car wanting to stay on the track. I have a big set of those. They're actually quite nice, but they're also quite cranky. So they kind of do what they want to. Closely related to that marks over there. So anyway, what I was going for is that the other night we were trying to run this in. The passenger car wouldn't stay on the track, so we kind of had to cut him short a little bit. So if he slows down, that's what happened. That's what the deal is. Alright, so far everything is cooperating. The stars are all aligning, so you know, it may be a good day after all. So alright, let's try this, what I call the impossible train. And the reason I call it that is because, well, it just doesn't seem like any model train ought to be able to pull this many cars in this kind of a radius. But it does it. You can't start them real fast, and you can't stop them real fast. But other than that, we'll pull them all day long. Every once in a while we have a problem with one of the cars drags a little bit towards the end, that one of the couplers will pop. I don't know if that's by design or if they're just, some of those cars are quite old. Anyway, if you get it started nice and slow, then it kind of builds momentum and they all stay together. Life is good. So, alright, we already lost the train. I guess we'll turn it off. Yeah, so I wasn't paying attention, and yeah, that's exactly what happened. One of the couplers popped, and it's been the same coupler every time, so we'll have to get in there and figure out what's going on. Goodness, well, you know, it was nice while it lasted, even though it didn't last very long. So, alright, what else we got here? So, we could run the other American Flyer steam engine over here. This guy's been really good for us lately. You know, there for a while there, I couldn't make an American Flyer steam engine run. I mean, they just were not up for it. It would not do it. And now all of a sudden everything seems happy again. So in the meantime, my Amtrak has stopped, but I assume that may be because the other one. Yeah, it's because the other one got turned off. The one that crashed. It's on the same transformer, just a different dial. So yeah, that's a mixed bag right there. Some of the older transformers with a higher wattage, it doesn't make a lot of difference, but some of these others, it was a nice idea, but you get two of them going, and if you turn one down, the other one's subject to speed way up, or vice versa. So yeah. Space-wise, here on the what I call the control panel, it's really just a desk with a bunch of transformers on it. It makes it nice because I can fit everything on this one little table. So alright, what else can we do? What other shenanigans can we pull? So let's see, we could get this, oops, well, that's not what I was going to do, but you know what? I'm okay with it. We could do this red marks, the Jubilee locomotive that somebody has painted red. They did a really good job, whoever did it. So I put some, I don't know if you can see it or not, put some American flags on the front. That looks really cool with them. You probably can't see that, but that's what that is if you see something on the front. So right, we could do the N-scale over there. You can kind of see the corner of it, so you'll see it go by every once in a while. It's quite small, obviously, in scale, but it still looks cool. Alright, yeah, you'd have to really be paying attention, I think, to see it. But that's okay, we know it's there. So, alright, so what I was going to do earlier, and somehow it didn't work out, was I was going to turn on this Santa Fe with the fire car on it, the little flashing light. I think that looks really, really cool. So I have a confession. When I first got that fire car, I thought it was kind of, well, I wasn't like feeling it. Now I really, really like it. So some of the stuff, I guess, it kind of grows on you. Well, all of it grows on you. Obviously, there wouldn't be so much of it. All right. Well, I see that Avrar, or however you pronounce that, has joined the chat, and if for another reason to see that the chat is actually working, I do appreciate that. Anyway, good morning. Thank you. So let's see, what else can we do here that you can see? I think I may have everything on that you can see. Well, I'm okay with that because I could use to drink some coffee here, just relax for a minute. So I don't see any problems other than the massive thing that crashed. This evening, if we do anything, we'll probably take that one car that the coupler keeps opening up on and take it off. There's certainly enough other stuff on the track. We could probably add another box car instead or something. I just think it looks cool when it pulls that many cars. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate the support. It is very early in the morning here, so we probably won't have very many people here. And that's okay. I think there is a recording and people can watch that later if they want to wake up to this, if that's what they choose to do. certainly there are many, many, many things to choose from on YouTube. I'm just amazed. You know, before I did the trains, I used to, well, I guess I still do, repair cars and stuff, and go to YouTube for, you know, videos on if you get stuck or whatever. Yeah, so that's all I used YouTube for years and years and years, and here we are. So, yeah. I'd much rather be on this side and doing fun stuff. I thought about doing another channel for the car stuff, but man, I kind of get into situations where I get kind of frustrated, and you know, I don't know if my mouth would present well to the general public eye. If you've ever been in a mechanic shop, you would probably understand, or if you if you work on things yourself, yeah, when you bust a knuckle, it's really difficult to smile and be pleasant. So, all right. Well, other than the mammoth train here, and if you were a speed racer fan back in the day, like I was, the mammoth car, that was cool. Yeah, I don't know. I've seen a couple of clips of that on YouTube, and I'd show them, but I'd be afraid of getting a copyright hit or something. So, so anyway, so if you don't know what that is, if you're a young person or whatever, check it out. YouTube, Mammoth Car Speed Racer. As a little kid, that was just, I mean, that was catching me out. That was, I mean, you couldn't miss Speed Racer. And it didn't matter if you'd seen the same one 100 times, you still couldn't miss it. Alright, well, the things that didn't malfunction are working really, really well. So, alright, it is about 7:15 in the morning here, and I think we're going to do this for about another, I don't know, 30 minutes maybe. Just want to drink some coffee, wake up, and this is a good way to wake up. You know, interestingly, and I mean, there's no difference at all between any of the morning live streams, but I did one once upon a time called Coffee and Trains, and I think that's my most viewed live stream. That's the only difference with the title. YouTube is a very strange place, guys. So if anybody's ever wondered, some of the titles that you see on YouTube, a lot of the creators, they don't make those titles. A lot of my titles I don't make. There's an AI generator that helps you, and you know, sometimes they sound kind of cool. Sometimes it just, I mean, it borders on, yeah, that's not what this is showing. So yeah. So if you ever see anything like that, and you're like, well, you know, what's that all about? Well, probably the AI generator helped them out to get some views, get some traffic, and yeah, I mean, that can certainly backfire if it's not not wholeheartedly what the video is really about. All right, well, I'm enjoying this. I'm gonna sit back for just a minute. I'm gonna take a couple sips of coffee. So I guess the good news is rearranging the USB inputs on my computer solved whatever conflict was going on last night. I think my video processor and my sound processor were somehow arguing. They were conflicting with each other. I'm not sure what their argument was, but it was definitely dampening our spirits. So what are you guys planning for today? We have some cold weather coming, and here in Texas we don't get that real often, but when we get it, it kind of stinks because a lot of the buildings and plumbing here are not installed in a way that you're expecting it to freeze. So yeah, we're gonna do some freeze prep and stuff today, and likely this will be the funnest part of my day. So thank you for allowing me to do this. So later today, or whenever you guys see this, I hope that you're having a restful and good day, and with family or people you love, or at least doing things that you love. Life is short, guys. Run them trains. So something I noticed, and I never noticed it before because I've never had really a chance to just kind of sit back and just take it all in while it's streaming, but on the stream they look like they're going a lot faster, and then maybe it's just because of a smaller window maybe, but now I see why people say, yeah, you're running your trains too fast. Now, interesting thing about that, the modern era trains, they are designed to go slower. These older ones, they are not designed to creep or anything even close to a creep. As a matter of fact, you can damage them. They will overheat. They're just not designed to do that. These were not designed in a way to be ultra realistic on the speed. Because I don't know what the what this speed would translate to, but I promise you that Tinny, the Lionel Tinny that from 1933 would never have gone this fast in real life, and there's just no way. Just slow them down a little bit, as a matter of fact. We don't need him to crash. Now, one of the good things about the Tinny is that he is far from pristine, and he has been well played with. So, I mean, if and when he does crash, it's not likely to change his appearance. I love it when I get trains that have been played with and obviously loved. That just makes me happy. That makes me actually much more happy than getting a train like on eBay or wherever, where obviously it's never been even out of the packaging. I don't know, that just probably weird, but it almost feels like it's a sad toy because nobody even cares enough to take it out of the box. And I know there's a lot of cases that's not really what happened, but yeah, that's my brain, that's my world. So I just noticed a couple of these buildings, the lights aren't on. And those are the ones that are on the little battery packs. So let's see. The one in the red house may not come on because we had a collision last night between the standard gauge and that red house over there with the door open. Yeah, that caused quite a little fiasco last night. Because these tracks are so close together, when something happens on one, I mean, it literally could take out almost the whole room of trains. So it's always interesting to me how time will just like go into a different realm. When I'm running the trains, it doesn't feel like we've been doing this as long as I've already been doing it. It seems like it just started this, and I'm thinking about 15 minutes we can probably stop. I mean, that's good. That means we're having fun, right? So if you watch my videos a lot, you may notice that we have some different things on the track today, and if not, they're at least in different places. Trying to switch it up a little bit. The Lionel 10E usually stays on the spinner gauge track, but I do have two other steam engines. I have a 384E, the original issue, but he needs some work on his motor. Actually, he needs some work on his axle bearings, axle bushings. Kind of a strange situation on that one. Then I got another 384E, which is the newer Lionel release, and sometimes we run him. The only thing I don't like about him is he's got the E unit, and it's just that modern E unit, and we don't we don't speak the same language, I don't think. So, I mean, if you figure out his rhythm, and I don't know any other way to say it, you can make it work pretty well, but other than that, it's kind of a pain. And my center gauge track is not too great, so it's got kind of hit and miss spots on it, and because that modern 384E has the E in it, when it hits a dead spot, it'll go backwards or neutral or whatever, and it's just kind of a real pain. Interestingly, there is no lockout on that E unit on that. I don't know what line I was thinking. Alright, other than the train that crashed, I think we're doing pretty well here. There always has to be something. So if we were going to do this any longer, I'd get up and fix that train. But since I'm waking up, and since I gotta go to work in a little bit anyway, I think we'll just save that little task till later this afternoon, when the locomotive hits the caboose, and you just don't know how far up that traveled and took everything off the track. As a matter of fact, one of the and if I could move the camera easily, I'd do it. But one of the tank carts is now sitting completely off the track beside another one. I'm not even sure how that happened. I bet that would have been like a really cool, I mean, I don't enjoy crashing the trains, but I think that would have been a really cool thing to see. And if you have to crash it, at least you gotta be able to see it, right? So this afternoon when I get home, I'm going to try to finish up that video I'm working on the Bachmann, the horse car where the horses bob their heads in and out. That's, if you missed the first part of the stream, that's why we only have the locomotive and the caboose on the G scale. The Bachmann horse cars in there being repaired, being fixed. One of the easiest and most fulfilling fixes I've ever done. It's really nice to have something that really just was very frustrating, and then all of a sudden, just with a very simple, very simple tweak, it works better than ever. And the funny part about that is when Bachmann was putting out those cars, they had to have known. I mean, I think it was just kind of a novelty car. One of the challenges with view scale, if you've never been in that world, is finding stuff that looks okay, but doesn't rob you of your light bill money or something like that, and but yet isn't clearly just a toy. something in between quality, and not a lot of that exists. Bachman does make some nice looking stuff, but you do tend to kind of have to be a little creative with it sometimes. I noticed that the Bachman couplers are a little bit different. I mean, they still will couple to the others, but they're just a little bit different. And so yeah. So anyway, we'll save the rest of the commentary for the video when I finish it up this evening. I actually tried to do the video the other night, and I got frustrated because my lavalier wouldn't sync up to my camera. So I did one segment and I had no audio. So yeah, that's sometimes it's just better to start. Stop and then start all over. Right. You know, I'm kind of wondering if there's any more coffee in there. I kind of actually think there isn't, or else I've already gotten up. I have about 2 sips of this cup. Maybe that'll be enough to get me to the donut shop. So I'm kind of new to the world of the broadcast end, or the audio the audio end of this, and I got a new microphone, and that's what we're using right now, and it works really well. There was a bit of a challenge with it, just because I've never used this type of microphone before, and I'm a little embarrassed to say that all the problems I had with it were me. So I'll just admit to what I did, because so I was like, man, this wants to pick up everything but my voice. Well, the microphone has a very clear front and the back, and well, you can probably fill in the blanks already, but I had it where the back was the front, and the front was the back. So yeah, all you could hear was the trains and very little of me. And so that was the problem. It was very much user error. So awkwardly, somebody sent me this microphone. If I'd take it and do a review and etc. And I'm like, what am I going to say about this? But no, it works really well if you actually bother to figure it out before you use it. So I think we're running out of music, but that's, that's okay. I'm okay with that. We'll just start it over, I guess. I don't know. Interestingly, it's easier to speak if you have something that kind of keeps your rhythm, especially for folks with no rhythm, like me. And, it kind of makes you, I won't say sing, because God knows I cannot sing, but it kind of keeps you a natural rhythm to your voice. So that's why I do it. That is kind of cool. I don't know. So the interesting part of that is that I can't tell exactly what the level is on that, because I'm not hearing the mixed version. Because I only had one audio output, and I actually put that to a DVR to where we can record the videos for pulling out segments later and using them in other videos and stuff like that. So yeah, but I think just based on what I heard from the last live stream, I think it's okay. If anything, it might be a little low, but I think it's okay. Alright guys, this is fun. We gotta do this more often. What do you think? I can't think of a better way to go. So what's interesting about this setup is I wear headphones so I can kind of monitor my audio going into the microphone and just kind of everything. And with those on, I don't hear the trains quite as much, so it's a little less nerve-wracking to do this on my end. So yeah, when you get all these trains running, it is quite loud in here. To the point that if I had any neighbors close by, I probably would be complaints. So somebody asked me once upon a time, what the power consumption was for this, and honestly, I'm sure it's high, but I did, I had my first experience the other day where I turned on a train and a breaker through. I was like, okay, I guess we're at our limit. But I had on the space heater at the same time, so that I don't think that really counts. But yeah, that's if anybody knows anything about electrical loads or anything, then maybe that gives you an idea. I don't know. I don't think it takes much more than a space heater probably to be at your max on a electrical. I don't know. It's alright, our Santa Fe diesel over here is like just flying around that track all of a sudden. Or maybe has been all the time and I just now waking up to realize it. So I made a comment just a little bit ago that what I see on screen, it looks like they're moving a lot faster than what I think I'm seeing here on my end. So I don't know if that's because the scale is smaller, but yeah, that's probably why folks are always saying, yeah, the trains are going too fast. Sometimes I mean, this is probably not a great comment on me, but sometimes I have to run kind of fast to start with just to kind of get the track clean enough that they'll keep going, especially on the American Flyer. I don't know what's up with that tracker, what it's made of, but if you let that track sit for more than a couple of days, it's just, man, everything just gets super cranky. All right. 7:35. We got 10 more minutes. It's gonna be the fastest 10 minutes of the day, I promise you. So this evening I'm gonna try to finish up that Bachmann horse car video. I mean, really, it ought to be one of the simplest videos I've ever shot, and for whatever reason, it's just not being simple. That's just the way that some of this goes sometimes. So an interesting thing about creating YouTube videos is, sometimes you'll do stuff and you're like, oh man, that really was horrible, and then it will do like really well, like people love it, and it's crazy because then you'll do something. I mean, you'll pour your heart and soul into it, and then it does nothing. It's a very strange world, guys. The G-Skill seems like he could run a little faster, maybe. So, the other night we had the G-Skill transformer just inexplicably quit. And, obviously he's working now. I was a little, I'm going to say sad, but I was a little stretched after buying a bunch of equipment stuff and didn't really want to buy a transformer. So, we opened this guy up. He had some of those tamper-resistant screws, which just made me want to get in there worse, because that's just me. And anyway, it's just a diode had popped, so we got the old one out, got the new one soldered in, and here we are. I won't say that it works as good as new, but it works as good as it did before the diode popped. So how about that? Maybe not on the newer stuff, but on this older stuff, you have to be just a tad handy. Know just a little bit about a little bit. Otherwise, I imagine you could probably go bankrupt taking these things to go get them repaired. I don't know. So what has worked this morning has worked very, very well. I'm very pleased. We had the one major incident over here because Engineer Greg was not paying attention, and apparently we lost the back end of the train, and the front end of the train found the back end of the train, and you probably know the rest of that story. We'll get that all back on the tracks this afternoon when we get home. I just wanted to drink some coffee, wake up, hang out with you guys, get my day started on a positive note. And then I can't think of a more positive way to start than this. So my coffee cup is empty, and it's kind of a sad feeling. So when you reach a certain threshold on YouTube, they let you open up a store. So I designed a logo and put a bunch of stuff out there. Haven't seen what it looks like yet. I ordered a few things, but the coffee mug looks cool. I like the logo on the coffee mug. I'm not sure I like it on the t-shirts and the hoodies, but anyway, whenever it comes, I'll let you guys know. We can take a look together and decide if we want to do something else, but yeah, or maybe we'll just keep the logo for the coffee mug and do something else for the t-shirts and the hoodies and whatever else I did. I don't know. So yeah, I've made exactly 3 sales so far, and they've all been to myself. I mean, you know, if you don't want your own stuff, that's pretty sad, right? So yeah, I could be like Sam's Trains and wear my my t-shirt every video. That's pretty cool. I like that. I think I saw a video the other day where he was celebrating his 10th anniversary doing this. That's wild. Can you imagine trying to do this 10 years ago? I mean, you had to be probably fairly smart, probably pretty technologically savvy to make this work 10 years ago, I imagine. So that's probably a smart person right there. Alright, so one of my American flyers says stopped. And I think it's probably either off the track issue or just tired of running issue. Anyway, I think I see that he's off the track. I can't quite see him from here, but anyway, we'll deal with that this afternoon as well. Alright, this is fun. So another thing that YouTube does, and you probably see this on other channels in their chats, where you can do like the super chat. I always like to support other guys that do this, because you know, there's a big misconception, and I was under that misconception until I started doing this, that this is easy. This is not easy. This is far from easy. Actually, the live part, that's not, I mean, once you get it going and you figure out what you want to do, that's not as challenging to me as making and editing the videos. Making the videos, I mean, you can really take a long time, actually shooting the footage, but the editing, that's where the time is. That's where, wow. And so far, and I'm about to try to change this, I've just been shooting on the iPhone, and this isn't an iPhone. This is actually a real, I guess I'll call it a real camera. But when you shoot on the iPhone, you have to kind of edit on the iPhone unless you have a Mac, and I don't have a Mac. I have a PC. So anyway, so I edited all my videos on the phone. That is, well, you talk about your eyes and your mind getting tired. But for what it is, I think they turned out pretty well. So my point is, if you guys enjoy watching channels, I mean, not necessarily mine, but any of them, you probably need to at least say thanks and whatever. Because yeah, this is definitely not easy. So in case anybody missed the origins of this channel, it actually happened by mistake. I had a bunch of trains that I'd set up during the pandemic, and well, some of this is the same stuff, and it just kind of grew and grew and grew. And I was saving the videos on said iPhone, and I ran out of storage space. and so I just started uploading videos to YouTube, and at some point, I don't know exactly when, my videos went from private to public. I didn't switch anything. I think I accidentally switched one and it just never changed back, but then to my surprise, people started commenting. I'm like, what's going on here? So yeah, this was a happy accident. Pretty cool. Most cool accident ever. Alright guys, it is 7:44. I'm going to get everything stopped. I'm going to tell you guys goodbye. Yeah, I got to go to work. I wish I could play with trains all day, but I can't. So, you know, do you remember when you were a kid, and maybe you really, couldn't wait to be an adult? What were we thinking? God bless. The most stupid thought I've ever had. Let me go back. Alright, so I'm getting everything shut down here. Sometimes it's kind of cool to see this thing shut down. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. So alright, I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here. I didn't just do what I thought I just did, but that's okay. Alright, yes, I'm kind of sprouted the brain there all of a sudden. I haven't had quite enough coffee. I'm going to have to stop and get some more, I think. I have quite the day ahead of me. Alright, let's get this bicentennial guy stopped. Let's see. An American Flyer. As you can imagine, all these are on different controllers, and they're sometimes not exactly as intuitive as I would like it to be sometimes. And I'm the one that set it up, so we only have me to blame. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. I hope everybody has an awesome day, and whenever you see this, I hope it inspires you to have an awesome day too. And in any case, GGS Railways out. Thank you guys. You really are the best. Trade shenanigans. Keep it going. Have a great day, everybody.